Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel. Happy Friday, everyone, and it's the Creator Power Hour time on Crowdfunding Comics. Billy Tucci, Blevins, Cara.
Dude, now was that a new intro?
What?
Yeah.
Bro, that's the Creator. You've never seen that?
I've never seen that intro. It is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, every time it's going, I'm like, ding 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 ding.
God.
It's great.
Man, I want to go. It makes me want to go rent a VHS from the Blockbuster.
Yes, because I was thinking, I'm still playing with another rendition of this intro, but like Creator Power Hour, you know, like I almost want it to be like that Saturday morning cartoon block, you know. Yeah. I need to get something where it's like Creator Power Hour. Larry Kenny,
dude.
Larry Kent, boom,
dude,
done deal. Larry Kenny,
blown.
Boom.
I'm blown.
I'm taking him out to breakfast tomorrow.
I am down for this idea, Nile. If you decide ever that you want to do a Saturday morning cartoon style show where we just like
eat cereal.
We could eat cereal and we could talk about comics. And
man, you better shut your mouth, Cara.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I'm telling you right now.
I want to fall in love on this channel.
I would do it.
But you said it was only me.
PJs, right?
Man, we've been talking about having a damn
cereal show
forever, man.
God.
I know we should do it.
Man, it's like everything I know is a lie right now. And I woke up and
you know what's gonna happen though? What is that? What's that like where people like to hear like people eating? What's that called?
SMR.
SMR.
Yeah.
We're gonna turn into like an SMR thing, but with like cereal. Like,
today we're gonna be trying some fruit from Fruit Loops.
I don't know if you can taste the luck in these Lucky Charms, but I can.
And talk like that? That's freaking awesome.
Spider-Man is my favorite, but not as much as I love these Honey Crisps.
I wonder if I continue to eat these Cheerios, if it'll cheer me up.
But anyways, you know what's going to cheer us up? Some great freaking campaigns, people. And I'm telling you, we got some awesome campaigns on tonight. We're talking tights and not those fun things you put on your legs. This is a great comic series. We have Rabbit's Badass Song number 3, which is just
Amigo.
I love it. And then we're gonna get a little Wildcats Anthology, which is gonna be pretty cool. So let's bring in our first guest. Everyone, please welcome Chris Waigand.
What's up?
Chris, woo! What's up, man? How we doing?
It's good. 2 things. The intro is freaking incredible. And 2, any episode can be a cereal episode. You just need to eat cereal. So somebody go get some and you can check that off your box.
Any episode could be a cereal episode.
Let me type that up. Any episode.
Chris gave that to us. He gave that to us. That is not his idea. It is ours now.
Yes.
This is copyright. Take it. Run with it.
I wrote an R next to the note. It's now
all ideas conceived on Pop XP are the owners of Pop XP and not Scarlet Enterprises LLC.
And my
it may not be repeated without exclusive written permission by Pop XP and Pop XP LLC.
Fantastic. So, Chris, man, you are here. Welcome. Crowdfunding Comics Creator Power Hour on the Pop XP first time. So welcome. Man, you've got a great campaign. I was able to check out some of the books, which was really awesome of you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. What I'd love to do, though, is let's get to know you. We've never had you on, man. You know, comics are a thing. People discover them as a young children. They discover them later in life. Where's your origin story? When did you get hit by the radiation?
Real early. I've been infected for most of my life. You know, as far back as it goes, originally I thought I was going to be an artist of sorts. So actually some of my farthest back memories are just taking comics covers that I thought were awesome. My grandma would buy them for me, and she used to watch me while my mom was working, and I would just sit there and just draw covers over and over and over again. And so I started collecting when I was super young, and then I had a bit of a hiatus for a bit, but then back that when I got into high school and college, like after college, I got back into collecting pretty hardcore. So forever, man. And I've always wanted to make one of these damn things. And I'm just happy that I just finally went all in and did it.
That's awesome. Now, what were you reading though? Like when you started getting into comics, what was your flavor?
Dude, I mean, Spider-Man. I mean, the X-Men, think of Saturday morning cartoons, right? Like all the hits. Not a lot of DC, which is funny because I love Batman, and I think I lean way more, if we're going big two, more to DC as comics go than Marvel. But as I got a little bit older, Image just rocked my world, man. Spawn and the Max, and watching the Max and MTV Oddities and getting into that. And then mostly Image titles actually when I, during college, after college. And now, man, it's just amazing how many great, honestly, indie comics there are in this new wave of, and I'm part of it. It's so cool to be a part of it that you just go on a Kickstarter, you go on Indiegogo, and you can just see these just amazing creations from people, and you can get them now. But before, like, you'd have to go to your shop, and if it wasn't there, you're out of luck. So it's really cool.
Yeah, you'd have to go to like conventions and just see people just selling their own IPs and their own independent comics. That was one way to get it. But now it's amazing. What's really cool is I was just thinking this today. There's so many people. Oh, Marvel's doing this, DC's doing that, everything's going to shit. Blah 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 blah. You know what? I think we should just say thank you, because they're now giving more exposure to independent creators that are mainstream creators that are now doing their own thing, to up and comers that have never done anything mainstream but are creating their own path. And it's thank you, Marvel, thank you, DC. Whatever you're doing, you're going to rise all of us up. So keep doing it. And it's really cool because I'm starting to hear a lot of chatter now in the background as well, where a lot of pros are starting to speak up a little more about it, because they're just getting thrown crumbs to keep their mouth shut.
Oh, yeah.
And it is going to start coming to surface slowly.
Yeah, these Substacks, man, we're seeing so many of these like tier 1 artists just doing their own thing. They're like, F it, man. I'm not going to give you this percentage. I'm just going to just sell it straight to the people. And it's been fun to be part of some of those Substacks. I was in Jeff Lemire's, and I think he's actually ending his, but it's been cool to see that there's so many outlets to find whatever you're into. You can find it.
That's so cool. So how did you go the crowdfunding route? What made you say this is the way I need to go?
Necessity. I came
necessity, stupid.
Yeah, no, I mean, the dream, right, is to get a publisher to help. And this is my first comic, right? So I knew that it's such a long shot pitching an idea, or even if you're done with your comic, pitching it to any publisher, big or small, when they haven't seen anything, you haven't proven yourself. It's like trying to get a job, without ever working anywhere. It's your dream job, right? Like you're not going to get. It's like, what the hell have you done? So crowdfunding just made sense, and through this process, just making a bunch of new friends who have already done the crowdfunding thing, and me asking a million annoying questions, or meeting people who are in the process like I was. And so that was super helpful, and it just showed that I could do it. Like, you can do it. That's the thing. Like, there's so many helpful people in this community. The community is so fucking awesome. Like, sorry, I don't know.
You can swear. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
But no, it's shocked me how welcoming and cool everyone has been, and everyone, like you said, like it raises all ships. And I think without that help, man, I couldn't have gotten through one campaign, let alone finishing almost the second one.
How much research did you do before getting started, and what led you to choose Kickstarter over, say, Indiegogo?
I've read what was it, Greg Pax? He had a really good Kickstarter book, or Kickstarter like PDF. They actually kickstarted on Kickstarter. So there's a lot of really good information specifically for Kickstarter on there. I did look into Indiegogo. I don't know. I just, again, the people whom I was talking to, the closest people, were already in their campaigns in Kickstarter. So I just got more familiar with it. I'm not one to write off Indiegogo. Maybe that is some. I mean, I know a lot of people doing both. So who knows? If I could find the time, and if I could find the energy to do this again on the Indiegogo, I would do it. but oh my God, you know, the
Now-
solo Kickstarter venture is tough.
But you can roll over
Oh, okay.
to Indiegogo. I don't know if it's an invite program. I was invited, or if you
Oh.
can request it, but message them and be like, "Hey, this is how my Kickstarter did. I would like to roll over." Now, it used to be that they charged the same for the in-demand on that they did for a normal campaign, but now they've just decided to raise the price. So they take a higher percentage, but you can just roll your book right over into in-demand. That way, that time between your Kickstarter ending and you shipping, you're not losing any possibility of backers. Those backers can go to Indiegogo. We can also set a precedent that, hey, Indiegogo, they'll come to you and they'll be like, hey, you're not selling that well. It's like, well, maybe you should promote some books. They don't promote books. They promote everything else. But it is an option, and then you would just remain in demand, and as long as your book is selling, you just stay there. I didn't even close out the Fire Bitch 2 in demand until the Fire Bitch 3-1 launched.
This is incredible. I did not know this. This is wow. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Yeah, so you can keep selling while finishing your book or wherever your book's at. And speaking of that, let's take a look at, you know, your campaign and your book. So you've done well. I mean, you've almost doubled your goal. You're almost there. You have 5 days still to go. And this campaign is for issues 1 and 2. So it's a great package, because now anyone that's not familiar with your book can actually get familiar right from the beginning.
That's what I did. So I personally, when I see like these Kickstarters, Indiegogos, and they're like issue 4 or 5, you know, I'm like, oh damn, I kind of missed it. It's gonna be hard to catch up. But if I see 1 through 5, 1 through 4, my lizard brain is like, ooh, I could catch up easily. So I was like, I might as well do that. Yeah.
Nice. So let's check out your campaign video.
Cool.
There's no sound, is there?
There is in the video, but I don't hear any sound.
Yes. Oh, me, Billy.
You forget.
Oh, me. I forgot to hit the little speaker button.
You little stamp, you.
No, we don't need to improv it. We will make this so, don't you worry.
You'll make it so.
Bam!
It's happening.
Replay.
Old Stella.
Jesus.
I think it came out both ends.
Yeah.
I love that. So cool. I love how you did that video. I love panning through the panels and the sound effects and the animation. That is so cool.
Dude, I did it in Keynote.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually seen like a campaign
else.
video like that, Billy.
No.
No, not like that. That was really cool.
Thanks,
I
man.
think
My buddy helped me with the sound effects. He's actually like a pro, and he was like, "Dude, let me at least do that for you." And thankfully, I think that added a lot to it. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, cool.
That's awesome. So let's talk Tights. What is this about?
Dude, it takes place in a world much like our own, but in the world of Tights, they've gone through a second pandemic and they're recovering from it. So global economies are crippled, unemployment and crime rates are like at record highs, and so there's a lot of people at home jobless, and maybe they've watched too many Marvel movies and TV shows and maybe read too many comics. And so the world's on fire and they think, if I don the tights, maybe I can help. And most of the time they screw everything up, because much like a kick-ass, right? There's no superpowers in this world, and most people don't have any super skills, and so they end up causing more trouble than they do help. And so that's where our protagonist comes into play, and that's Judge Oliver Andrews. And he sees these tights, and they clog up the criminal justice system because they get caught because they're breaking the law technically. And he sees the collateral damage that they create, right? So he hates tights. He's known to throw the book at them every chance he gets, and he's almost an antagonist to begin with. And really, the inciting incident of the rest of this series happens at the end of issue 1, where this triad hit squad is sent to kill Oliver. And on the way back from getting takeout for his wife, they intercept him. They're about to pull the trigger, and then this team of tights called the Shadow Pack, who are actually badasses. You can tell that they're funded. They absolutely have the skills. They're coordinated. They're the badasses that you want to see when the shit goes down. And they save Oliver's life. But as you see in that video, we need your help, Judge Oliver Andrews. And maybe that's more terrifying to Oliver than a triad gun to his head, because the last thing he wants to do is be in debt to tights. And we see at the beginning of issue 2, we learn what the tights will need Oliver to do, and that Oliver's gonna have to break the law to do what they want. And he's gonna be reluctant, but they're going to essentially blackmail him, because Oliver also does something we saw in the video on accident that is very horrible, that the tights witnessed and will have to clean up. And so they're gonna say, listen, we won't tell anybody what just happened. You can't go to the police because they're corrupt. The same people who sent those triad to kill you have people inside the cops. And the only people who are going to protect you are us, protect you and your wife. So what are you going to do? But the thing is, they're trying to save the city, and it's a good thing they're doing. So it's Oliver getting into the shit with tights, and it just gets worse for him as we go, which has been a lot of fun to write. So that's where we're at right now.
I'm pretty sure that guy's okay.
And Daniel Russell says back to Kickstarter exclusive tier. Thank you, Daniel.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Daniel
Yeah,
Russell
we got all the goodies. We're on our, I think that put us over our 4th stretch goal. So all of the stretch goals you get when you're at that tier.
Oh,
So
nice.
all
He
the
also
extra
says
comics
most vomit in a comic in years.
Yeah.
There's a hidden stretch goal for fake vomit.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
That would be a good one. Maybe I send vomit.
I'd like to touch real quick on here something that I like.
Sure.
Because we all talk about how excited we are, but I really like to be specific. I love this page 4, how you've got the bottle used to stab him, and you have the sound effect in blood behind the character. Very, very well done. I appreciate that. The coloring of that sound effect really is a part of the page and not on top of the page. I'm loving that, and I love how the vomit is still coming off of him. It's not like, oh, look, I'm clean now.
Yeah.
No, it's still there. It's making a mess. It's disgusting. I like that.
Thank you. That's credit to my amazing artist, Edison Neo, and Maya, who we brought on as the colorist for issue 2. The art team for this book is out of this world. And actually, Edison, he was able to tell the world that he's working for IDW on a book called Family Time. And it's going to have a TV show. And so I knew he's going to make it big. So I'm like, oh my God, I just want to get as many of these issues out as I possibly can working with him. So hopefully we can work together moving forward. I might have to have a guest artist or 2 because he's going to be busy.
Nice. I love the keychain.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I was going to make a T-shirt with that. I'm like, this could be fun. I don't know. This is something that I would put on my keys. So yeah, these are all part of that Kickstarter exclusive tier. You get all these, and then all these stretch goals that we see. No H2O from Punch Publishing is amazing. It's 100+ pages. We get this crazy Oliver sticker that could be fun to put on your computer to tell everyone to back off. I'm busy. And then lesser known comics. We just partnered with them, so we're part of the crew now, and they are amazing. Cool. I don't know if you've ever interviewed anyone from there, but they're great.
That's awesome. Yeah, send them over. We'll chat.
I also love the name Oliver. Like every time I make a joke about someone who messes up accidentally, it's always Oliver.
It's always Oliver.
Well, that is that can apply.
Jeez, Oliver, get your foot off the couch, Oliver. God.
Oh heavens!
Hey, you can back me up. It's true.
I know. That's why I'm laughing
saying
about
it.
it.
For the show.
Very cool, man. So this book looks awesome, man. You Cb Smallwood's going to be our third guest tonight. Very fun looking book, excellent storytelling, and killer covers.
Thank you very much.
Well, this is such an awesome book, man. And everyone out there, I had a chance to preview issues 1 and 2, and it really is cool. It's a fun story. The interiors are great. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to post it up on one of those pirate sites. So, you know, if you can't make it in time, I got your back.
Give me a couple weeks.
If you scroll down, do you see the keychain? Unapproved by the Comics Code Authority, and there's blood all over it. That's
Anyone with vomit on it.
I know. I know. I need to incorporate the vomit somehow. Maybe that's the next stretch goal.
Or like, oh no, I was going to get too gross.
You get
Like,
the
like you can have it in like a vial and it moves or something.
I already said fake vomit. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be great. But
But
this
we
is going.
really don't know the vomit to page ratio in this book. It seems like a lot from what we've seen.
For issue 1 and 2, there's a lot. I think it'll taper off a bit as we go.
Awesome. Well, it sounds exciting. You have 5 days to go. Everyone out there, please check out this campaign. The links below, the links in the chat. Give it a like, give it a share it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter. If you're a fellow YouTuber and you're looking for a great guest, you can reach out to Chris. Chris, where can people follow what you're doing?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I even delved into TikTok, but mostly it's Instagram's the place, just because it's a visual, and I think it's just the easiest hub to find everything, and it's everywhere on TIGHTS comic or TIGHTS comic book. So at TIGHTS comic book or TIGHTScomicbook.com.
Nice.
You can find us.
Very cool. Well, Chris, thanks so much for coming on. I know you have a dinner to attend to shortly. So thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming on. You're always welcome back on. And good luck with the rest of your campaign, and we'll continue to share it on our outlets as well.
Oh, it's been so good. I'm a fan, and I can't wait to watch the rest of the episode. I'm so pumped to see these other guests. So thank you.
Anytime
All right,
you want
Chris,
to come on, man.
You guys
right,
have a
see ya.
great one. Enjoy your weekend.
Bye.
It's a really good book. You guys should
Did
definitely.
you see the hairy belly pins?
I did see the hairy belly pin.
I modeled for those. I don't know if you know that or not. I modeled for those.
No, but I sent in my picture. I'm always second string.
Maybe there's 2 different versions. Maybe there's the Brian sized one and the Nile sized one. That's all I'm saying.
Oh shoot.
Maybe
Let's
you combined it with the Brile sized one.
Brian's
Maybe combined. They combined the shapes of our belly buttons. Speaking of belly buttons,
the Levinskala ones.
There you go. Well, we got another pair tonight. We have a pair next,
Dude.
and they're no strangers to the show. And they have an amazing book. I freaking love it. So pumped that this campaign's out. Everyone, please welcome back Chassity and Chris, the creators, the writers, just the all-around geniuses behind Rabbit's Badass Song.
That's right.
What up?
Yeah, man.
Yeah! Oh!
Great. I'm gonna have
That's so
nightmares
creepy.
tonight.
I love it. I love that. Did you
It's
make
really
that?
creepy. He did.
Do you just like randomly like hide in the house and like just scare the crap out
Yeah,
of each other?
That would work. This thing is terrifying sitting next to it.
It's like walking down your hallway and he's just standing there. What are you doing?
Oh god.
Wait for the DoorDash guy, like right outside to the side, and be like, I'll take it here.
Good idea.
So how are you both doing? Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
How are y'all?
We're doing pretty well. Can't complain. You guys, your campaign is doing awesome. You guys are almost funded, which is fantastic. And you've been, man, Chris, you've been cranking it out. You're spilling some of the trade secrets out there.
Yeah.
In the
I'm trying to do a
YouTube
little
land. Yeah. Before we dive in, man, let's talk about, you dived into the world of YouTube. You're doing videos and other things. Before we get into your booking campaign and stuff, tell us a bit about what you're trying to put out there, helping the indie community and what you're doing on YouTube.
I'm just trying to give like people who may be a little new to the scene some guidance, because I talk to a lot of guys behind the scenes. They ask me questions. I guess they like what we're doing, so I decided to try to take some of those questions. So why not just do some YouTube videos and try to spread some positivity?
Yeah,
Excellent.
very cool, very cool. And let's talk though. Your journey is a little different because you guys didn't dive into crowdfunding right away with your first stuff. You self-published on your own, right?
Yeah.
We did. We put it out ourselves at first and just went the store route, but there's like a whole market missing online. So we decided to try to get in on that too after we had already put out 1 and 2.
Nice. Now, are your books still going to the direct market out into? Are you still going through stores and stuff? Like,
Yeah, we're still
You are,
getting them
okay.
out there. We're trying because, like, again, we did a pretty decent sized print run of issue 1, so I always got those. You know, and I'm not opposed to giving things away for free either, and actually just giving the books out as samples to certain people to actually help bring in more customers. So
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Very cool. So how are you seeing the growth now that you guys have dived into the social media marketing, the videos, the campaigns, going on other streams? Are you seeing an uplift?
Yeah, I believe so. Especially since I finally got on Twitter, because at first I didn't have. I heard all this bad stuff about Twitter, but I decided to go into it.
It's horrible.
I know, right?
It's a necessary evil, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That actually, I mean, I've had a good experience. I've met a lot of people I didn't even know was out there making books, and that we actually got a lot of following just doing that. So it's been slowly increasing, which is what we wanted because we just want to tell the story. Because we know it's a time thing. You just got to keep the story going, and more people will hop on board.
Very cool. Now, before we get into, I'm going to pop up the campaign shortly because this is for issue 3. But tell everyone a little bit about how Rabbit's Badass Song came to be.
You want to do this?
I'll let you do this.
Okay.
Was this the wrong question to ask?
God.
Oh man, the tension.
Go on an adventure.
Maybe Nile.
Well,
dun dun dun.
Originally it was we're film people, and I really wanted to get into films because I love horror films. So that's where my background really comes from. I mean, aside from comics, I've always read comics and stuff, but I thought we was going to do the film thing for a long time. And we worked on small little local stuff, independent things, always writing scripts. We almost made our own film at one point, but making comics is a task. That's a whole nother beast. But we had talked about for a while making a comic book, just in case the movie thing took a little longer.
So we could get the story out.
Yeah. So Rabbit, we actually had the idea for Rabbit for years. And it started as a joke. It was a total, just something we just kind of sit around and say, all right, what if we had like a guy with a rabbit mask on, ha ha ha, and just, and then we said, you know what, this might actually be a decent story. So while we were developing that, we said, okay, if we're going to make comics, we can't just go out there with just Rabbit first. We got to get our feet wet and get people familiarized with our work. So we did the Pop Singer book, the horror book. But there's a couple things before that, nothing really materialized, but that Pop Singer was the thing that we know we really could actually show people. And that was also a way of finding the artist that we would want to use for Rabbit. So, I found Halil online. We did Pop Singer, put that out for free. People seem to like it. So we used that segue into doing a Rabbit, showing people the Rabbit book. And so far as the origins of Rabbit, Brer Rabbit, I was always fascinated with that story and just the lore behind it and the history, and then seeing like the different adaptations, like that thing Disney did back in the day, and then
Song of the South.
Song of the South. Song of the South. I forgot the name.
Say it. Yeah.
Have you seen Song of the South?
But I will say, then the other one, Ralph Basket's Coonskin. That really was okay. I like how he just made it self-aware and kind of doubled down on the obscurity of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hell, why don't we do our own version of Brer Rabbit?
Yeah.
And that's also kind of went to why Rabbit got created. And then it's kind of just a modge podge of all the concepts we liked over the years: horror, crime. I'm a big fan, like more underground comics, like Brat Pack. Watchmen is a big one. Huge Garth Ennis fan, like The Boys and that type of thing. Martial law, love martial law. So I kind of took those concepts and our like cinema, Tarantino films, blaxploitation and stuff.
When you said martial law, are you talking about the TV show with Sammo Hung?
Martial law? No, the comic book.
Okay, sorry. I didn't know. You said you were a movie guy too, so
I do remember that one. That was very short-lived. Yeah, wasn't like Arsenio Hall on that with him? It's like his partner, I think.
No.
Sammo Hung.
Yeah, it wasn't Arsenio Hall, but
who was it? I know somebody was his partner on there.
Yeah, I can't
remember. Google Blevins, Google, and Daniel Russell backed catch-up tier.
Thank you. But
Alton Simpson's in the house.
Hey.
Oh my God, it was Arsenio Hall.
Oh shoot!
I got outdone. That doesn't happen very often, I tell you.
Yeah,
congrats.
But what else? What else am I missing with that one? Berserk, the anime, the Japanese manga. But that's I love.
I just actually started reading that. I just got the first issue.
So I got most of the compendium. I don't got coming up compendiums now, but the critter died, which broke my heart, and that actually kind of pushed us to make Rabbit, because I got to get this out there
before I die.
But spoiler alert, kind of jumping ahead a little bit here. If you follow the narrative of Berserk, it's very similar to what we're doing with Rabbit. So that's kind of like a little teaser right there.
I guess I'm not going to read that now. I don't my Berserk out. Whatever.
Now, for granted, Berserk goes extremely dark in certain places I would never touch. But yes, it's a fascinating book, fascinating story. Now, artwork is incredible. So
yeah, and we got there's a great comment here. Cb Smallwood. I'm looking at the interiors now of the book. Gorgeous stuff. I'm envious of the talent that it took to create such a wonderful pages. Such wonderful pages. I can't read. Can't read. But let's check out. Let's pop up this campaign. Let's see what we got cooking here. Boom. Nice. I just love the design of the character.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, it's like one of those things you're like, I wish I thought of that. You know? It's so cool. Let's do this. Let's jump into, we'll watch the campaign video and then we'll get into everything else.
Okay.
Hey guys, Chris Elston here.
Chassity Lassiter.
Back to bring another exciting episode of Rabbit's Badass Song, Issue 3.
After Rabbit and Bunny's blood-soaked, revenge-driven return to Lifeville, Mississippi, they're cornered by Judge Tyler and the remaining good boys. Tensions are high, chainsaws are revving, and the body counts rising. With new reveals on the horizon, we begin to learn more about Rabbit's past and what lies ahead in the goriest issue yet.
We've already begun production on Issue 3, but we need your help in getting it finished. Thanks for checking us out, and even if you can't back us, just share us out, spread the word.
Those interiors are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Awesome covers.
Look at that.
Love it. It's so cool. And if you look in the campaign too, you guys have a cover. It's a cover, right? That's like a movie poster. Yeah. It's like a blacked out one.
Yeah, the Donnie Darko homage.
Yes.
Yeah, very much.
Boom, right here. Look how cool that is.
Yeah, Chastity. It's Hillel's artwork, but Chastity is the one that designed it.
So cool. Kudos to you. That is awesome.
I also like
that if you zoom in, like these are the characters too, like within the silhouette.
Yeah,
it came out so good. So let me back up. Let me back up here. All right, so here we are. We're at issue 3 of the campaign. Now, for anyone that's tuning in, like, oh, what is this? Rabbit's Badass Song number 3. That's great. Right off the bat, we need to know: can you get issues 1 and 2 here?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
There's a bundle where you can get 1, 2, and 3 of Cover A. Then there's also 1 and 2 available as an add-on too.
And the
so
PDF.
If you and the PDF bundle too. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. So what's new about this campaign than your previous?
We definitely doubled down on the Rabbit variants, because the first one we did, that was also a pop singer, so it was like all that, but this one is solely just Rabbit. And as far as the covers go, it's all Rabbit themed this time. A lot of people said they wanted to see more Rabbit covers, and we also just embraced the horror element. Since we got the Chainsaw Guy, we went Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of my favorite horror movies, so that's why we did the Mississippi Chainsaw Massacre homage. The Donnie Darko one. So definitely a more bloodier, violent issue than the other ones. A lot more action packed.
But there's story there. I mean,
there's some story there.
And this one, you're actually going to be introduced to like one of the first main villains. So if you thought that you had already met the villains, no, there's like worse villains.
So not the Chainsaw Guy. It's actually one of the main one of his main opponents is coming up. And there's also in the very end of the book, there's going to be a big reveal as far as how bigger the world really is. So a lot of first appearances in like a hidden way.
And this one is still black and white, but we're using color for certain pages.
I like that. Cool.
To emphasize the story.
Yeah, it's all like we're just taking advantage of breaking that fourth wall type thing, where we're just manipulating color or mood and story reasons.
Now, maybe I'm wrong with this, but I'm just trying to remember. It's been a while since I read it, and we had you guys on the show for the first go around. But do they have abilities?
Yes.
It's
no.
no.
That's 50-50. No. Right now, as far as we know, they're humans.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know why I was thinking that. So
but there are in this world, there are different types of it's just like Marvel.
We
DC.
hinted at a bigger world in the first issue, but like not these guys. These guys are just backwoods guys.
Gotcha. Nice. So you got your different variant covers. You're doing your digitals. Anything new and exciting in the world of stretch goals or add-ons?
For this, so for the stretch goals this time around, the ones we got shown, we got a couple coming up. I can't say what it is right now because I'm working with somebody else on that. But on this one, we're doing like the trading cards with the stats and stuff on it, as far as like power level and stuff. We try to switch up a little differently this time.
We got some stickers.
Yeah, we did. There's some stickers on there.
When's the action figure coming out?
Oh.
There's a couple on here.
Keep scrolling. You'll see he custom made some pop figures.
Yeah, some Funko Pop.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
And another one of a kind figure that's going to be in the biggest pack.
Yeah, the Grayskull blood splattered one.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, that is pretty neat.
That is neat.
And
how many of those are there?
Just one. That's it.
One each?
Oh, just one?
Yeah, just one of each. That's it. I'm not making any. It takes a long to make, but that's it. They're one of a kind.
Can we go big on them? So not.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, I'm being nosy now. I want to see if they're still there. Okay.
I think they're still
They're
here.
still there. They're still there.
I don't think a lot of people know about them.
Hang on.
Here, hang on. I'm gonna zoom you in. Sorry, I just was looking at the tier.
Yeah.
That's so
great.
cool.
Oh, nice. You did the box and everything. That's solid.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Oh, that's so awesome.
That's so many fun colors.
How did you sculpt the mask?
So I took epoxy sculpt. It's a compound. You take two and you put them together and they harden up. It's just like plastic. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I took like some old Uncle Pops and just use a Dremel. Dremel and just painting them up and stuff.
Oh, very cool.
It took that long to make them.
That is so unique, and they're one of a kind. That is incredible. That's so cool. I'm contemplating right now because now I'm getting obsessed with like having stuff in the like rotating stuff from my fellow crowdfunding creators and like rotating it out in the background.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I know. My wife will yell at me. Here we go.
The other.
Yeah, also another one of a kind. That comes with the bundle, like the yellow suit. I made one. Because the first time around we had them in the suits from the first issue. But I made just one this time of him in the yellow suit. But that comes with the
Very cool.
Nice.
That is very cool.
That's
Well
neat.
done, brother. Well done.
Well done indeed. Gonna be entering the toy realm.
Yeah, I love toys.
Can I just say how crazy it is? Like you just had the last campaign in, and you're already pushing out another one. I think that's pretty awesome. Did you already have 3 done when you ended the 1 and 2 and Pop?
Well, we already started production on 3, so and we kept we're trying to keep it going because most of the story's done. I mean, we've got 10 years of story to tell. And most of them are done either already during the early stages of outline, and that's kind of we keep on feeding our artists and stuff. So we're just trying to stay consistent with it. I don't want to have too much time in tweak. You do that, you start losing people because the momentum and stuff.
Oh man, I think it's great. You just keep the train rolling. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but
as soon as we fulfilled the 1, 2, and Pop Singer campaign, we pretty much started planning what we were going to do.
Right.
With this
Yeah.
one.
I mean, ideally, I used to be, I wanted to do like issue by month. If I had my way, I wish I could do the whole fucking thing. I don't mean to cuss, but the whole thing is a compendium or like a trade and put it out there for people. Because the way the story's designed, it is more one story. It's not really a serialized thing. So you've read the issues already. So we did so much that kind of end on a cliffhanger, but it is one complete story when you read the whole thing through.
Well, this is how you make it. This is how you get to that point.
Exactly.
Right? Put out
So-
these smaller issues, and then you'll get to it. You'll get it. And then when you do it together, it'll be your biggest campaign by far.
That's true. That's true. Now, how many issues do you plan on going with this?
So this is the thing. There is a bigger world. There are other characters. So the rabbit story itself should be 100 issues, about 100 issues. The story we want to tell. And we do like, there'll be increments of 12 per storyline.
Mhm.
In between that, there's some other characters to get their own books, but it all connects to the rabbit universe. And then this does have like, the main story has a definitive ending, but it can't go beyond that. The story we want to tell will be wrapped up. But we do have a big event story at the end of this thing, like our Infinity War type story. So this thing goes in a very insane. I really wish I could tell you all where this thing goes, because it goes somewhere.
I mean, you could tell us. I'm just saying, you could tell us.
You could.
Yeah, I can't.
But you don't. You can't though. You can't.
You could.
We're
not stopping you.
in the like the chicken commercial.
There are other superheroes. Like Rabbit
Yeah.
has an evolution. I'll say this much: where Marvel and DC go more the space opera science fiction route, this definitely goes more cosmic horror.
Oh,
wow.
Like that's intriguing.
Yeah, what a
That's-
twist.
that's a
Like,
big
did
thing.
not see that coming.
Yeah. But I really recommend that you guys, anyone out there that's like interested, back this. I have read issues 1 and 2. It's awesome. It really is. And you know what I actually love about it? It just kind of reminds, like, I almost like when I'm reading it and I'm visioning it, like anyone that saw like Sin City and how that was filmed and everything, like I could picture this like in that noir type style of just like a noir horror action comic. And it's just you just get this amazing experience when you read these issues. And I really think it's one of the best indie books out there right now. And you guys really should check it out. Get through the catch-up tier and get all 3 issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Solid.
But yeah, and I do want to thank you guys for coming back on. This is such an awesome book. And really, I know you guys like talking process and doing things, so please come on more often. Join the conversation when we start doing some more of our hangout streams.
Well, before we go, so another reason we're kind of pushing it a little sooner is because we are expecting at the end of this month. So.
What?
It's been a while. Yeah, we're having a baby boy. So.
Yeah.
Congratulations!
A little boy? You guys having a boy?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Welcome
2.5
to the club of the men.
So 2 campaigns are ending at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
God bless you guys. That's great.
First for both of you?
No,
First for me, but yeah, he was married before. So
It's an amazing. I love being a parent. I think it's so amazing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Daniel
congratulations
Russell
to
said
you.
something awesome in chat.
What's that? Oh,
Daniel Russell. No, not that
I know,
one.
not. Oh, okay. Which one? Oh, it just popped up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go. Congrats, a badass baby.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys. That's
God.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great.
Fantastic.
Name's Brian. I'm just
Oh, his name. Oh, we got you want to tell him?
Pops.
well, we've already picked out his name. Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's Bowie.
Bowie.
Oh, I love that.
That's
We're a
great.
big David Bowie fan. So.
I think we need a bell for that one, Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the gong.
The
His
gongs
middle
will-
Oh, yeah, that's gong worthy.
Baby
His
gong.
what's his middle
You
name?
can tell him.
Oh, Zeppelin. Bowie Zeppelin. Elston.
What?
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
It's
Hang on. I like the sound of that. So hang
I
on.
know.
Big Led
There you
Zeppelin
go.
fan too. So.
The baby gong.
Good baby gong.
Awesome. Well, hey guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You guys
Thank you.
definitely
Yeah,
gotta get
that's wonderful.
funded. There's 26 days to go. Link
Thank
to the
you.
campaigns below. Share it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever you're using. Get the word out there. Rabbit's Badass Song is a badass book and series, so you guys must check it
You
out.
gotta back it because there's a badass baby on the way.
Yes, sir.
Like,
Very cool. Very cool. Well, hey guys, have a great night. Enjoy your weekend.
congrats.
And thanks so much
Thank
for
you
hanging
having
out.
us. Take it easy, guys.
Bye, guys.
That's so
You gotta
cool.
That's
What's
awesome.
your first tonight?
I know.
What's your first tonight?
I know. That's so cool. All right.
We have somebody ask questions about the almighty duck stick.
The
Almighty
almighty
duck
duck
stick is here.
stick.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
how
is
about the
it?
duck stick?
Yeah, how about that duck stick?
I
Oh,
wanted to name my
man.
first son Duck Stick, and Debbie was like, "Oh, like against that. What's up with that?
She was against Son of Duckstick?
Man, it's
The
called
son of
Duckstick.
Duckstick.
Hear me roar! Hear me quack!
Too bad the mouth didn't move. How cool would that be if you could like make him talk?
Dude, look for the
Oh, what
Easter
his
egg,
voice
Duckstick.
be, Billy? Billy, what's Duckstick's voice?
I don't know. I don't know.
It probably something to be real booming that you wouldn't expect. Like a big, deep bass.
Oh, it's like a
boom.
deep, like sexual.
Like Gilbert
voice.
Godfrey's real voice.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's like,
Anyway, speaking of
If you
Gilbert
can't-
Godfrey,
If you can't duck it.
then you find some great books.
Just duck it.
Awesome. Well, hey, let's
Sorry.
bring in our third and final guest tonight. We got Mr. Cb Smallwood in the house.
What's
Boom!
Ah,
What's up?
here I am.
There you are. Look, you got some kick-ass freaking accent lighting. Look at this guy. It's like a pro.
Yeah, yeah. I found a book in the desert during one of my many pilgrimages, and some of the Necronomicon and these little entities came out, and they helped get me set up. Very nice of them.
They gave you the glow.
They did. I have the
got
glow. I've
you
got all the
You
glow.
got the glow to glow to grow.
You got all the glow.
Yes. Oh, and I want to say, first of all, was it Chris and Chassity?
Yes.
I want to wish them congratulations on,
it's
on the baby. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was
And
awesome.
man, Yins have made me all nervous because there's like 2 awesome books and 2 awesome comic book creators came on before me, and that's a tough act to follow.
Hey, we're all here. We're all
Save the
creators.
best for last, man. Come
Yeah.
on.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Here you
That's
go.
what I'm
So hey,
talking
man,
about.
welcome to the show, man.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about yourself. How did you get into comics? What fueled that for you?
Well, my name's Cb Smallwood, obviously in the little bar. I've been a fan of comics since before I was even self-aware, probably in diapers, because I've got comics going back that far where I remember there was an issue of Sal Buscema, Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, where I'd ripped the cover off and he's fighting zigzags, and I must have liked the double page spread so much of Bruce Banner transforming into the Hulk that I've still got the scribble marks and stuff all over it. I guess my father he liked to draw, and so I guess I kind of fell into that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember in 3rd grade, it never occurred to me that comics could be like a career. It was just something that I enjoyed, and I just remember there was 2 things that happened. One was Todd McFarlane came out with this big Spawn box thing, and it was for sale at Walmart, and it had like 30 or 100 issues or something of Spawn. I can't remember. And it may or may not came with a video. And I can't remember what the video was called, but the company that made it, they did like interviews with Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee and Wallace Portacio and a whole bunch of other people. And so anyway, it was an interview with Todd. Todd's up on the stage. He's talking about how awesome Violator is and how awesome Spawn is and what comics are and how you can go out and mow grass and make money to go buy his comics. And it was just an awesome presentation. And then he just talked about how comics were made. And I was like, wow, I want to be a comic book artist. And then also I remember around the same time, there was some classmates that had got a coloring book, and they were tracing the coloring book. It was Batman, and they were making their own comic. And I was the only guy that could actually draw in class, but for some reason I wasn't invited. So I guess it just fueled me even more to want to draw comics. It was just weird. I've been drawing ever since then, going back to the 90s, all the way to now. And since 2017, I've been taking it a lot more serious because that's around the time my son was born. And I was like, if I'm going to be a comic book artist, I need to get real about it. I need to actually put the work and the time and the effort to make this happen.
Yeah.
And a friend had
commitment, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge commitment, but I don't need to tell you that. But I'm learning that myself. because like if you don't put the time in, you're never going to get better. You're not going to get anything done. You know, you can sit there and watch Golden Girls all day long, but you're not going to get better as an artist or anything else.
That's why you draw while you watch Golden Girls.
Why did you choose Golden Girls?
That is possible, but it's
What do you mean?
hard.
Why did he choose Golden Girls? You know why he chose Golden Girls,
right?
It's the greatest
Blanche.
show ever.
Just about.
Because Blanche is the easy one.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get Dorothy started, brother. Like she will tell us all about it.
Awesome. So you've been drawn for so long. I mean, so who's inspired you over the years? I know you mentioned Todd McFarlane and stuff, but I imagine as you've got, you grew into comics, may start exploring other comics. I mean, has there been any artists out there, other creators that just like hit home for you?
Oh wow. Pretty much everybody and their mother. It's like the Image founders.
He loves you, Mom. Anyways.
Yeah.
What?
But pretty much the Image founders, and a lot of other artists and creators too. A span of them all. Some of my top favorites is people like Mark Silvestri, Del Keon,
Del Keon,
Rob Liefeld. I'm a big Rob Liefeld fan.
Yeah.
That's my top three. Sam Keith. Sam Keith's another one. I throw him in there.
Oh, yeah, Sam Keith.
Yeah, the Max.
Yeah, the Max is like I hate to say it, I still feel like it's an underrated book. It's one of the best comics that I feel like it's ever been made. It's not like the greatest comic of all time, but it's just so fun and out there. And in terms of its writing and the art and everything, it was just like the perfect marriage, and it all came together in a really cool way,
Yeah, the cartoon was awesome too. It was very comic accurate.
It was.
That's what I was getting ready to say. The cartoon was just like the comic and vice versa,
That was produced by MTV.
Yeah. They did an awesome
MTV
job.
did produce some good stuff, man. They did have some home runs, man.
Great stuff. A Flex.
Dead at 21. I don't know if you ever saw Dead at 21, but that scared me.
No,
what
I don't
is
think I've ever
Dead
heard
at
of that.
21?
It wasn't a cartoon. It was a TV show.
Yeah.
Where the
My
the
So-Called
guy,
Life.
Oh yeah, My So-Called
The Real World.
Claire Danes.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Real World.
Thank you.
The Real World Road Rules Challenge.
Yeah,
I
you go, buddy.
I used to watch a lot of the Real World, but only little bits of the Road Rules Challenge.
Yeah.
I guess I bought into the soap opera aspect of the Real World.
True story.
I just like watching them hook up.
Yeah.
They had some hot chicks on there.
Yeah, you did, Nile.
Yeah, I did. Speaking of Dale Keown, man, I watched his live stream last night.
Yeah.
Legend.
Legendary.
Yeah.
4 hours.
I only
4
got the
hours of sleep.
residuals of that, as the word kind of spread around of it. And I actually checked it out today and kind of like fast forward through a lot of the snoring and stuff.
Man,
That's awesome.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it happens to all of us. I had one time I was writing a letter and I fell asleep at the desk and I woke up on the keyboard and I had put like 8,600 something pages of just Z and Y from where I was laying on the keys. And it just kept scrolling.
Yeah.
That was like your letter, and it just said something like somebody's name that you hated. And then it had C-Y, and like that was your manifesto to murder that person. Sorry.
He wakes up and it's like this deep manifesto.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like
I wake up and all of a sudden I have an OnlyFans with
psychopath.
foot videos. So weird.
I'm surprised the Del Keown thing where he took a nap even became news, because I've seen a lot of people on live streams actually pass out drunk and fall asleep. And for some reason that one was newsworthy. I guess it was where he was the first time he actually kind of did something on his own.
Yeah, it was his first big real live stream.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, he had been killing it. I mean, he's been killing himself, like doing as many shows as he could. Like I don't. Yeah,
Well, that's what I was saying is that it got press because they wanted him to look bad. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you at the same time you had Aaron Lepresti, and he made $60,000 or so in his first 6 hours. you know, for his new campaign. And
Right.
why isn't that good enough to garner any attention from the press? No, they got to do like Gail Keown falls asleep,
embarrass them and
Right,
all
yeah,
that
try
other
to
stuff,
embarrass
make
them.
them
That's what
look
it was.
bad. Well, yeah, I saw Bleeding Cool's little article, and it was
Yeah,
like,
so that's the only
"Get
time
fuck
you get
outta
coverage
here."
for those people is either you hit someone by like, you know, someone with a car or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. But if you're doing your own crowdfunding stuff and you're in your, you know, they're not going to cover you. And like I said, unless you do something bad.
Exactly. Exactly.
Really
Speaking of Aaron, you know, like I feel like he's doing like the best work of his career right now.
I agree.
I've said that as well to Nile. We've had many talks about it. It's like, man, like this guy's artwork is, I mean, like next level. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I've noticed like in some of the covers and some of the stuff he's kind of put out there, he's doing like different cross hatching and feathering stuff, just like the small little things that I notice. And, you know, playing with the light and shadow a lot more. And it's like, whoa,
you should watch when he draws on stream. I mean, it's something to behold. That is for sure.
Yeah, we definitely touched me a couple times in Bum's like, holy crap, he's incredible.
Yeah,
he is. But, you know, let's speak of incredible, man. Let's talk about your campaign.
Talk about me.
We're here for you. We're here for you. The Wildcat Anthology.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this, man. What is the Wildcat Anthology?
It's one big accident.
Jesus.
It honestly is. This is like you know, like a couple gets together or a boyfriend, girlfriend, and then an accident happens, and then 9 months later you get the Wildcat Anthology. And you know, I had made, it's hard to explain because it's not hard to explain, it's just complicated. Not complicated, but it is. But about 3 years ago, give or take, I did an Indiegogo for Wildcat, the ongoing series, issue 1. And it had raised $766 of a $1,500 go. And I had extended it, you know, a second time. And after 60 days, it just didn't fund. And it was an all or nothing campaign because I'd rather do it that way. And it was devastating. It was a big blow. Mm-hmm. And because I kind of want to get started on my comic book career. I mean, I didn't expect to make millions or $30,000 or $10,000 or $5,000 or anything like that. I just wanted it to be funded because I saw it as a stepping stone to the next thing. And when it didn't work out, I felt like, oh man, I'm not even getting a stepping stone. What the hell?
Yeah.
And so I speak English, CB. I licked my wounds. I recovered psychologically, and I kind of reflected a little bit on it, and I did a Twitter poll asking people why they didn't back it. A lot of them was because they didn't even know that the book was out. It's like crazy. Over half of them said that, you know.
Oh wow.
And you know, that's my fault because I didn't go on any streams and promote it and all this other stuff. But anyway, the reason I bring this stuff up is after I reflected, I was like, you know, I'm glad it failed because now I can go do that first issue again and do it even better. I'm going to draw it better. I'm going to write a better story. And I did. And I have been working on it. And one live stream, I'm talking to my audience on my little tiny show, Sketching Past Midnight Live. And me and my friends are on there, the audience. And I was talking to them like, maybe I'd like to do an anthology one day where I've got all these different characters and all these different stories. And maybe I could just do something with that and get that stuff out. And then somehow the conversation in the chat morphed to one thing to another. And then the Wildcat Anthology was born. And then people's like, hey, I'd like to do a story. And somebody else like, yeah, I'd like to do a story. I'm like, really? You want to do a story about Wildcat? I got all excited. And I was kind of stuck on the reboot of Wildcat because there's like a scene where I was trying to figure out, you know, how the hell do these evil hands come up out of the ground and pull Wildcat's mutilated body into the grave? You know, why does it do that? You know, because I like the John Byrne way of doing things. Like you have to explain it, you know, I want you to be immersed in it. And so I got stuck on that. And I was like, you know what, I'll take a break on that and I'll work on this anthology instead. So this is the same character I'm talking about. And the anthology is like I think it's bumped up to 7 different creative teams now.
Oh wow, that is awesome.
10 different creators that are working on this book, have worked on this book. That's pretty much my art now that you're looking at so far.
Nice.
And and basically the whole theme of the anthology is, Wildcat is captured by the evil Dr. Terror, and him and the Jawanauts have Wildcat restrained and poisoned him with uranium to lower his very, very quick, fast healing factor thing that I haven't come up with a good slogan or word yet, to separate it from Wolverine. But he has a healing factor. He heals really quick. And uranium was used to kind of poison him, and some titanium elastic bonds to strap into a table. And the evil Dr. Terror wants to know, where is the location of the Azkani Shagorn, this mysterious little device that is so powerful that it makes the ultimate nullifier look like garbage, because it can do anything. It makes the probable improbable, the improbable probable, the impossible possible. And Wildcat don't know where it's at. He's being tortured, and every time he gets tortured, he blacks out or anything like that, gets a drill taken to his head. We're taken to a different story.
Dang.
Wow.
And my mindset was like, how can I do this in a way to where a lot of these stories may not be canon? Because I wanted to give all the creative teams freedom to do whatever they wanted to do. Just have fun, because I want them to be able to do the best stories that they possibly can. That was the big thing I put out. I told them, do 8 pages, at least 8. And if you want to draw more, draw more. I want splash pages, anything that you've got to give me, give it to me. And because, I want excitement. I want fun. I'm a big believer in fun. Oh, there's the Extraordinary Fish Boy. I want to do Spider-Man stories, but, probably never will get to draw Spider-Man, but I'll have Fish Boy.
That's right.
That's right.
Your artwork is very reminiscent of Eric Larson. I'm looking at those knuckles right now, and they are definitely Eric Larson knuckles.
Yeah.
Yes. I am I'm also a Larson disciple.
Nice. Do you write like this too when you draw like this?
Actually,
he draws like that. He draws actually like that.
I draw this is how I draw.
Wow,
really?
Yeah, what happened was, this is a kindergarten accident, because in kindergarten, I was sitting there, and I remember, they had the big paper that was kind of gray, recycled looking with the blue lines. And then you write, they have your name, I guess, written somewhere, and you're supposed to write your name over and over and over again. And so I'm looking at everybody, and they had these pencils that had these little rubber things
right
here closer to the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, they weren't really comfortable to me for some reason. It just felt weird.
Were they the round ones or the triangle ones?
They had indentions on the sides of them.
Yeah, the round ones.
And
they were horrible.
So I'm working with those things. They just feel weird. I'm having trouble holding the pencil. I'm looking at everybody, and looks like one kid's holding it this way. Another kid looks like they're holding it this way, and someone's doing this. Maybe a time traveling Eric Larson is in the classroom holding it like that. And I'm just looking at all these kids, and so I'm trying to emulate what they're doing. The assistant teacher comes over, and I'm like doing it. She's like, "No, that's not correct." I was like, "Okay." And so she's like, "No." And it's like, "So you mean like this?" "No." "You mean like this?" "No." And then finally, after like the third or fourth, it's like the way I do now. And she's like, "Yeah, fine." And just walks off. But I think the funny thing is, I think I was left-handed.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I was about to say that.
That went to my brain too.
So it's the worst assistant teacher known to man. Also, fun story. I was a very, very picky eater because I got bad sick when I was like 3 or 4 or something. And so my appetite changed. I wouldn't eat most of the cafeteria food. That same assistant teacher, there's like a hot dog with chili or something on it. I didn't want to eat it. It looked disgusting to me. So she just crammed it in my mouth.
Oh,
What kind of
dang.
school did you attend?
Wow. Jesus. Was it the School of Hard Knocks for children?
Yeah, what the heck?
It was, I felt like, like I kind of grew up in a school that kind of reminds me of like 1950s schools.
You're like, can I have some more? And they're like, more?
Sure.
I remember out in the playground, everybody was chicken fighting, and where you have somebody up on your shoulders and you wrestle. Yep. And I was like, hey guys, I want to do that. It's like, are you sure? Like, yeah. And they all just piled on me, just like there's like 5 or 6 of them on top of me. It took this really magnificent fellow named Larry to pull me out.
Good old Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
Dallas Brock, rest his soul, cramming grass in my mouth. What time that's going on? It was fun times.
Shout out to Larry.
Shout out to Larry. Good old Larry. Larry gets the bell.
Yeah.
All right. And you got some other art here. So is this all continuing? Is this now going into another creative team?
Okay. So the above pages, like the double page spread, it looks tiny there, but it's actually huge. And I got the world's worst leg cramp. But
I love that so much. Like cool? that monster is so good.
Yes, thank you. That is the Dark Traveler. I like to put a lot of Lovecraft stuff in my comics, and it's it's there. And anyway, that's part of the Dr. Terror story. And basically, toward the end of the 20 pages that I told, he unleashes the Dark Traveler as a distraction. Now, this comes a little bit earlier, where he's getting drilled in his head.
Oh,
and I don't know what to call these pages, but it's sort of like you've all seen the really awesome cartoon movie came out in the early 80s early 80s, Heavy Metal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And I started thinking like I got worried as the anthology was coming together, like there's all these different stories. It's not going to make hell of sense to anybody. How am I going to make this work? And so I was like, Heavy Metal, because there was a floating orb in Heavy Metal and it connected all the stories together, and it just so that's what I'm going to do. So ignore the orb in this. The orb in this is not important because basically it's just recording and broadcasting what Dr. Terror is doing to an unknown audience. And I was trying to be clever, like maybe in some ways the unknown audience is us, the readers. But anyway.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
And Dr. Terror is a family name.
Yeah. But he is every time he drills in Wildcat's head, busts his brains out with a hammer out of desperation, hooks up to Wildcat's cybernetic eye for information. Wildcat kind of blacks out, and we get either a dream, a hallucination, a memory, alternate reality, and there's no way of really knowing. And so that's the way I chose to do it. And I'll have these little chapter breaks where it'll be a black page with a skull on it that looks like Wildcat, and it'll have the chapter in the name of the story that introduces each new story. Ugh, that was a mouthful.
I really dig this.
Number 50.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and
thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate that. That's awesome.
I'll draw you something for free.
Absolutely, I'll take it.
So if somebody wants to get in touch with you, if they want to draw something for you for free, how can they do that, bud?
I'm all over the place. You can find me on Twitter. I think my Twitter handle is Cb Smallwood 1 because for some reason there's another Cb Smallwood on the planet, and so. But like pretty much
now,
like you look for I got this little logo. It's a bear with a purple rim or something on it, and so look for a bear that says Cb Smallwood, and that's me. I'm on Twitter, on YouTube, Odyssey. Odyssey's awesome, by the way. You all need to get on Odyssey, and Facebook, but not so much. Instagram, all the majors, but like you can find me on Twitter. I check that pretty frequently.
Nice. What's Odyssey? Am I missing that one?
Oh yes, you got to get Odyssey. Odyssey is the first real YouTube alternative. There's a lot of YouTube alternatives out there, but like for some reason you got BitChute and they can't keep Nazis off their front page. You know, kind of hurts the growth of that site. You got which, you know, BitChute, other than that, you know, BitChute's pretty good, but they don't update it or do anything with it. The other thing is you got Rumble. Rumble's set up kind of nice, but it's like an echo chamber. It's nothing but politics, so there's no growth there. Mm-hmm. Then there's like DTube. What's DTube? You know, and a whole bunch of others. But Odyssey is like, you know, it's for everybody. It doesn't matter what your politics are. It's not really an echo chamber. It's the Wild West like YouTube was when it first got started.
Now, I have a question about this. Because we did look into Rumble and a few other places that, you know, some people say, oh, it's more open, blah, 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 blah. But then you look at their things. If you show as much as a bikini, it is against their rules. So, like, we have covers on our campaign that even this show has been taken down by YouTube because of an image of this cover. And it was literally like a Perio booty. And so I'm kind of curious about like that. Am I going to get popped? Because all these sites keep saying that I look like I'm selling sex toys. Do I like look like someone comes up to your door? Are there sex toy people knocking on your door? Excuse me, you know? Yeah.
No, I hear what you're saying. And like Odyssey,
from what I'm looking at, I'm going to say no.
Odyssey so far doesn't really do stuff like that, where they're policing the content on their platform. They actually promote their creators to, you know, put whatever they want out there.
Oh, that's cool.
And I mean, you can find them.
Here, I put it in there for you.
All right, thank you.
I think it's spelled ODYSEE.
Yeah, I knew it was spelled weird.
And you can find them on Twitter and to kind of get the vibe of what they're about. Sure. But they're very similar in Elon Musk's belief, where he's like a free speech absolutist.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The other cool things about Odyssey is like you can do live streams. People can pay you cash in Bitcoin. You earn free cryptocurrency by signing up, by gaining followers, by a whole bunch of other things. It's really, really cool. Oh, there it is. I've been on the front page of Odyssey probably about 10 times now.
Oh,
you can take your cryptocurrency that you earn and you can stake your video. And if you use the right tags, you'll end up in one of those categories. And I usually end up in the artist category, which is like number 3, which is pretty good. And so the thing is, you can, if you've got honest to goodness, good content, you will do good on Odyssey. And the only reason you would fail is if you suck. So I've had a few stinkers, you know, but I've had a few winners, and those winners actually do good. There's videos where I've done on YouTube that I put a lot of production value in. I'm lucky to get 30 views. Put it on Odyssey, I get several hundred views. Night and day difference.
Do they have a monetization program already?
Yeah. Well, the library tokens or Libri tokens, that's part of that, and those are worth money. You can cash those in, I think. Also, people can tip you. And people can, on your live streams on Odyssey, they can also tip you in cash or I think in Bitcoin.
Oh, that's do you know the upload resolution that they allow?
Last I checked, the upload resolution, you had to, I think they had it set kind of low. It seemed like I cannot remember. Don't quote me on this. It might be 15. You have to dial it back. But here's the thing. You can sync your YouTube channel to Odyssey. So every time you upload a video on YouTube, it automatically sends it to Odyssey. I know all the tricks. So if you ever want to know how to get the benefits of it later on, just let me know. And I will tell you all the secrets that I know.
That'd be a great show, though. I wouldn't keep that a secret. I think that's something that people would love to see.
Well, yeah, I spread the
reach.
gospel of Odyssey a lot wherever I go, because it's like, it really is early YouTube, and like the only reason that you're not going to do well on there is if you suck. And I've, like I said, I've had a few stinker videos, and they deserve not to get the views that they get. And I've had a few winners, and they do deserve to get the views, and they do get them. So it's pretty cool, and it's a good environment too. Everybody seems pretty chill over there.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Great.
I'm gonna look into that. Maybe we'll give it a go. I wonder if you can multi-stream to it, like live stream.
Yeah, well, you can live stream, like I was saying before, but the only thing is, like, I don't think you can use StreamYard, the free version, but you can pretty much any third party. You know, you could put in the key, but you would have to pay for that, because I've yet to find something free that I can use. You could probably use Prism Live Studio, which is awesome, but you can't have guests on it.
Gotcha.
Prism Live Studio is like phenomenal.
It's not streamable yet, and it might be one of those things you just tell them, like, "Hey, can you cross stream here yet?"
Have you tried OBS, CB?
I like OBS, but the thing is, I like software that holds my hand.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, and even though I say that right now, I'm using a Linux computer. I love Linux.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Because, you know, Windows has abused me and touched me there way too many times. And you know, after it crashed and took a lot of my family photos and stuff with it, I was like, never again.
Yeah, hashtag never again.
Yeah.
Never again. And so now I use Linux, but and you know, a lot of Linux programs, they don't like to hold your hand. They treat you like a big boy and a big girl. You know, they expect you to kind of research stuff and know how to do it. And so I picked the Linux operating system that is the easy to use, and like OBS Studio, which you was asking earlier. After you learn it, it's not that hard, but like, gosh, there's a lot of bells and whistles to it. I like stuff like StreamYard, where it's click, click, you know, you're done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I love a show like that to talk about expanding the reach, you know?
Yeah.
You know, Nile, I mean, what a good idea. Like, we
that is
check out
great.
Odyssey. I mean, we could probably load up these videos. Could you load up, like,
Oh yeah, you
our
could
past
upload.
videos?
Yeah, we could upload all of our past videos to it. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it tonight or tomorrow, whenever I decide.
Yeah, it's well worth it, because if you ever get kicked off of YouTube, most of, if not all of your old videos will be on there, and the people on Odyssey that run it are so cool that if you have a problem, you can talk to them on Twitter, and they will fix it for you.
Oh, very cool.
You're dealing with humans.
Nice.
Nice.
That's the only way you can get a hold of anyone on YouTube is by going on Twitter. But back to your campaign here, because you got some really cool interior covers here, interior pages here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one up above that one. That was Jan, and I always butcher Jan's name. I'm sorry, Jan.
Jan Gait.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And that is the one you're looking at now is Peter DeLuca.
Peter DeLuca.
And that's Sideburns.
Oh, cool.
I always forget Sideburns' names. There it is.
Daniel McInnes.
Yes.
There you go.
Because I always know him as Sideburns.
So now you're funded, though, right? This is all funded. You're in demand.
It's funded. That's the crazy thing. That big sad sob story they gave earlier, where my first Wildcat thing didn't fund, and now it's crazy. This got funded. You know, I set it at a $1,500 goal, all or nothing. You know.
Yeah.
And the first 30 days, I think I'd raised like $800 or something, and I remember there was like 6 or 7 people like, CB, you need to extend this. You need to extend it. You know, come on, man. And it's like, I don't know, man. You know, I feel like in the first day or two, it should have, the numbers should have been a lot bigger than, you know, because it's been a slow climb, and eventually, that, you know, everybody beat me over the head. And it's like you ever seen the movies where you got the hero? You can tell I'm a little bit of a narcissist, but you see the hero in it where everybody's like, come on, man, you know, your dead dad would have wanted you to do this. Remember what he used to say about the shovel? Nothing gets done unless you dig the dirt. Well, you're right. And all of a sudden, the hero in the middle of the movie is like, "Come on, gang, let's do this. We can do this." And at the end of it, it works out. Well, that's
awesome.
kind of what happened.
Can I point out your campaign says you're from Olympus Mons?
Yeah.
Is it at the Volcano on Mars?
It is.
I just saw that. I was like,
yes.
You're the trivia winner.
I am a big Mars fan, big space fan. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, I just looked at it. I just started laughing because I was like, surely I know he obviously has to know that because he wouldn't have just put that on there.
And we can't go without playing the campaign video.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our air drumming skills were on point.
Yes, they were.
Very cool. So everyone out there that's watching this live, watching this recorded, make sure to check out the Wildcat Anthology in demand on Indiegogo. How long are you planning on keeping this in demand?
Probably it's hard to say. Like right now, the book is 95% done. Mm-hmm. I'm just kind of like doing like a thank you double page spread thing, like thank you for backing the book and stuff. I don't mean to sound contrived, but and then like little things like inside back cover, inside front cover, little stuff like that, right? So I've also been putting together a lot of fake ads for it. Well, real ads. I've been getting Etsy people, and for free, I've been putting their horror items for free. I've been making an ad for them and putting it in the book for free to give it more of a classic horror magazine feel, just a little bit, or even just like a little dash of it. I miss those old advertisements in comics. Yeah. And so I just wanted to do that, and I wanted to help other people too. I'm a big sucker for stuff like that. I really believe in the whole idea of being the tide that lifts all ships, being the change you want to see type of thing. But anyway, long story short, sorry, is that
signed?
What is it?
Do they come signed?
They could. I think right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to get everything finished up, and I'm trying to get everything done in this month, and I want to fulfill in October. And I've already been ordering all the boxes. I've got stickers. I know stickers weren't part of the campaign, but I'm going to give everybody stickers.
Yeah.
There you go. I love stickers, man.
Everybody loves stickers.
I got Cb Wildcat. I got the Wildcat logo. I got the Wildcat fan club. And then a couple of the big time backers that put out like several $100s to get the book funded. I want to make sure they're treated like royalty, so I'm giving them extra goodies too. And so I've got some of that stuff in, and I'm waiting for the rest of it to come in. So I'm wanting to fulfill in October. So I'd say up to the last minute, everybody probably still has about a month to back the book, get a copy if they want to.
Awesome.
I want to let you know, just looking at your artwork, man, like I would be down if there was a sketch tier. I just want to let you know, I think your art is pretty solid. Just
I really appreciate that. I know, like that's a big ego boost for me. A year ago, like I'd actually drawn like a whole page of like Incredible Hulk, like a sequential page. And I had a contest to give it away for free on Twitter if people did such and such. I can't remember what it was. You know what happened? I couldn't even give it away for free.
Oh,
yeah.
Horrible.
Well, if you still got it, my address is.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it, Blevins? What is it?
No,
you can't do that. No. But hey, everyone out there that's watching this, so please check out the Wildcat Anthology. Help support it, back it. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and keep on creating, man. Keep on creating your book. Your,
and keep it in demand because also the more once you start fulfilling, you're gonna get another spike because then people can start promoting it, showing the books when they receive them, stuff like that. That's what I would do, man.
Well, can I ask one quick question?
Sure.
I was wanting to ask Billy something. I remember that I read in Wizard many eons ago. It seemed like I don't know if they did an interview with you or not, but when you was first doing the She comic before you printed, did you go around to your friends and neighbors and like gather the funds to make that happen?
Yeah, I needed like $4,000 to pay for the diamond ads because they weren't going to release the ads. They weren't going to release the numbers to me, and they told me to resolicit the comic if I didn't get them the numbers in X amount of days. So I went to friends and family, and I was able to scrape up the money, and that's what I did.
Did you already have it printed beforehand?
No, I didn't have it. No, I didn't have because I didn't know my numbers. I got it printed on nothing.
Oh, because
I was just so enthusiastic about it. It was just all meant to be because I met Fred Pierce over at I brought my book. All the pages were colored. They're all hand colored. They're all lettered by then. So I brought all the art to a local printer who my mother knew them or something like that. I forget who out on Long Island here.
Yeah.
And while I was there was a man there, and he looked at he's like, let me see that. And he really liked it a lot. And that was Fred Pierce, who was then the vice president of Valiant, because they had done his color separations. So he then told them to make the film for my book. And he also, and I told him, I said, I got these big I got 37,000 pre-orders and stuff, and he vouched for me, and he said, and then he called Spartan Printing in Sparta, Illinois, and had them print the book for me. As long as, and I said, the first check I get, I promise I'll send you the check, and of course I did. I got the money for the book, and I FedExed them a check, and it was just like that, just like things. That's how things worked out, man. Crazy.
Yeah. I literally just read that story yesterday in Wizard.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did.
Cool.
Issue 59. Wow. 59, Wizard Magazine.
I think the first one I might have been in was like maybe 40 or something like that, 39 or something.
Yeah, like you actually had a She cover for that issue.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what they needed. They needed it in a weekend. It was before I was going on vacation, and I had to do it.
I'm pretty sure it was 59. Yeah, I've been going back and reading all those.
69?
59.
Oh,
59.
Oh!
Yeah, but I that's how I found this old picture of Jimmy Palmiotti, my best friend in the whole wide world. And he posted that just recently. But yeah, I've been going back reading all of those.
Oh, I missed Wizard. Cool. Wizard was awesome.
Now we got to start going into those old Wizard magazine now, Scalloway.
Dude, I got the whole show concept done.
Yeah,
you want to make it happen? It's just
man, they're fresh on my mind. I'm up to issue 70.
Well, let's make it happen, man.
Have you made like an intro for the show and everything for that?
For that one? No,
yeah.
Not yet.
No, but we are going to wear cloaks and garbs and do it at candlelight.
So. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I love Wizard.
It'll be cool if we make it
There's
happen.
so much variety back in the day. Combo and then Hero Illustrated.
Yeah, Hero Illustrated was awesome because
I didn't like
Valiant. I was a Valiant fan at the time, and I loved their ash cans that they were doing too.
Yeah,
they didn't like me. The Hero.
The very first issue was Dr. Mirage.
Lies.
And I loved Dr. Mirage for Valiant at the time.
Yeah, those Hero magazine guys didn't like me for some reason.
Why not?
I don't know. They didn't like my book, I guess, or something.
They were jealous of your success, Billy. Is what it was.
I'm sure they were. Then I put a curse on them, and they went out of. No,
they're upset with your buy low.
I didn't have a bi-level by then, but I think by the time they went out of business,
just wanted to say it. Just wanted to say it. But hey, man, Cb, thanks so much for hanging out, sharing your book with us. Very cool. Always welcome on. You got a new campaign going on or whatnot. Please pop in. Let's chat. And good luck, man. Good luck with the book. Looks awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks.
There you go.
Yeah, victory lap.
Right, brother.
Awesome.
All right,
well, hey,
much love
Cb,
to
man.
y'all. Yes.
Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. Later, y'all.
Keep it on, man. Keep on, keep it on.
Yeah, what a great
Keep it
show.
on, keep it on. Great show.
Great show.
Nice.
I know. I
It's
love
way
it.
nicer
I
than
love
everybody
it.
said he was going to be.
I know.
Well, I really like that he talked about, putting out that first book and having expectations and having it fail. And I think that those are the things that, one, people are afraid of, and two, we need to talk them through. So whenever someone comes to me and says, hey, I want to put out a campaign, I tell them, these are some terrible things that are going to happen to you. They happen to every single person. So when it happens to you, you will not be surprised, and you're not going to be all butt-ass hurt about it because you already know it happens to all of us. That middle campaign low, asking people to share. You have to do these things. They don't get it. And I think that would be a really great show sometime if we wanted to talk about those things. And if you never put out anything because you are afraid of failing, you will always have failed.
Yeah.
You got to put out that crap first. Back in 2009, I just did it. I just jumped into a bodybuilding competition. I took third, but I don't feel that I was really there. I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't done it. Same thing with my comic book. If I hadn't done it, I wouldn't be where I am today. So we all got to put out our, and the first one might not even be crap. It might just be that we don't know how to market it. We don't know how to talk to people. It's also new. So your friends are like, what? I'm not buying your Amway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, most success stories come from failure.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But hey, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in tonight and hanging out.
No, we got to do unstable frequencies.
Unstable frequencies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's bring it up. It up.
Right.
I got your back, Cara.
Thank you.
What is unstable frequencies?
So unstable frequencies is our horror anthology.
Is this yours?
Yes, this is.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. What
That's okay. That's okay.
I haven't been streaming. That's why I'm sorry.
You know what? I haven't even been on.
I'm sorry about that.
Much. It's all good.
Let's check this out.
Yeah, take a look. Let me see if I can find the book.
There. Let's play the video for everyone.
Yeah.
And you have the best videos, Cara.
They are.
Why, hello. I am your hostess, and you will be filling my dreams with your screams. What is a horror story, if not our darkest fears and fantasies brought so close to life? Welcome to my world, where the frequency is unstable. And do be warned, if you go on, you may very well find yourself past the point of no return. I bring you 4 beautifully illustrated stories of a world not unlike our own. Terrors invade the lives of Ruth, Michelle, Dee Dee, and Natalia as they cross over the singularity into the world of unstable frequencies.
Oh, yeah.
The poignant and sexy art in these individual stories will fill your minds with dread and haunt your very being. Maverick artists have reached into their darkness and brilliancy to bring you this beautiful nightmare, while cosplay options will overwhelm you with their allure. We all deserve a little extra, and truly chilling stretch goals will be your reward for crossing the threshold into the land of torment and dread. Decorate your dwelling with ravishing scream queens from the pages of our Book of Shadows. Join me and Cradle the Fatal, where the frequency is unstable.
Damn, that's awesome, Cara.
It feels a little goofy, watching it. I'm like, I'm very like performery, but yeah. So this is really cool. What we did is we've got one main book right here, okay, and this is your basic anthology, right? And this was drawn by Alfred and colored by Tevin, and then we have our stories here on the back, but inside we have these cool pages. So you've got our hostess, right? She's our crypt keeper, and she's talking to you and blah blah blah. And here she's like, okay, I'm the hostess, and this is Natalia and the Cb Terror, and this is our zombie story. So I'm gonna skip ahead so I don't show you everything, but it's a rave in the Colombian jungle in the 2080s. And
that's where the best raves happen.
Yeah, and it's and you're gonna love it.
I heard. Okay, guys, I heard.
This is the Rumble in the Jungle rave, right? We know where Rumble in the Jungle comes from, right? How could I not? So we've got this story, and then you move on to another hostess page, and she's like saying, hey, thanks for reading that one, and here's your next one. And then this is our ghost story in Rye, Colorado, about now at Bishop's Castle, which is a real castle. And this story was the first story, Alfred had to remind me, I didn't think it was, but this is the first story that I came up with for Unstable Frequencies based on my friend who's a psychic. She took a class about being a death doula, and this is...
This book is all done. Your book is all done.
Yes, it's done. It's shipped out. I mean, so we're in demand now. But what we did, this was super cool. We've got an album, so the CD comes with it when you get it from the campaign. Another hostess page. So now we're moving into our third story, which is awesome. And this is Michelle and the Blackbird Down Under, and it's in the 1980s in Australia. And Ariel Medell drew this one. Cb Zane did the last one. Alfred Lay did the first one. We have different artists for all of these. And then the fourth story is regarding Ruth, which is about a young woman in a mental institution at the turn of the century, the turn of the 20th century, in the early 1900s, and she's an amputee. And that's part of why she is there. But then what we did, so only in this book, you get extra stories. Like here's a story I wrote called Feeding the Pigeon, and they're little like horror stories. And then we've got some images, and we've got our ads for upcoming books. We've got our goddess stories. So, Nick's, it's our cowgirl comic coming up. And yeah, so we did that. And that all of this only comes in this particular book, because then we have the variant covers where they're a little bit thinner, and I want to say they don't come with the extra stories. Yeah, you're missing the additional stories in the variant covers, in the Shikari's and in my covers. But then what we did is those individual stories, if you want to look at the campaign, we can show you. If you scroll, we've got all these cool variant covers. Well, so what we did, now this is the Beyond the Frequency. I was telling you about this earlier. This is the companion book where it tells you where these story ideas came from. Here's some scripts. There's music that goes to a lot of them with the CD, with original music from me and Alfred, as well as some cool covers. But this has behind the scenes stuff where we came up with ideas, like just the whole concept of it. Just a bunch of like cosplay and art cards there. And if you scroll, you'll see the variant covers somewhere in there. On the sides, you can see them as well. We've got some 2-book sets. I also have a build your own, so you can just pick whatever you want. And we, JT Malloy did the art on Regarding Ruth.
Gorgeous.
I know. I was so happy with the way that this book turned out. With the digital, the Shikari set. Now, what we did with the Shikari is that middle one is inks only. So, and unfortunately, we should have done that square bound, but we didn't, but the other two are square bound. Cosplay covers, more cosplay covers.
Why are those hands there?
Oh, because otherwise I'll get thrown off of.
We don't want this video taken off.
But we broke up the story. So now regarding Ruth, the variant covers for that story are in a floppy with just that story. So
that's cool.
That way I broke it up. And then this way, if people want to collect the floppies, they can. If they want the big book, they can get that. If they want, now Ruth is the only one that I did not do a topless cover for because that poor girl has suffered enough.
Yeah.
Poor Ruth.
She really has.
Poor
Seriously, poor Ruth.
Poor Ruth.
So we weren't sure if we were going to get some flack for that because, an able person in a wheelchair. But my friend who actually works on their handicap board in their town, he's missing his legs. And he's like, I love this cover. I'm thrilled. So we've got our Jay Ferguson. Love that.
How cool is that? I love this cover.
Wow.
Yeah, those colors are really, really good.
Damn.
He's so good. Zaldivar, Ollie Borgabello. So we kind of mixed all these up, but these are all floppy. So these are only for Natalia's book. So that way you have the smaller ones, and it allowed for us to be able to give you guys a better deal and that sort of thing. And then it also allows for us to be able to put these books into stores as individual floppies. We've got plans to keep doing this, but add on some additional ones, like some double features and whatnot, to really keep the Unstable Frequencies universe moving forward. These stories, if you liked them and you want something to continue, let me know. Everything is always able to continue if you choose that you want it to continue.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to continue a story y'all don't like. So this is definitely very different than Fire Bitch. It's also very different from my cosplay stuff. I'm a huge horror fan, Tales from the Crypt,
I love
Twilight Zone, all of that,
The cool thing is that you are I'm a little terrified about that. I mean, we're launching Zombie Sama next February, early February, or that's another property of mine. But people want she. So like you with the success of Fire Bitch, also it's cool that you're branching out for yet another character, or more characters, IPs, and they're hugely successful. People are buying them, so that's great.
Yeah,
so fans are open for new things, which is cool.
Yeah, Billy's scared of doing the Zombie Sama cosplay.
What?
He's scared.
What?
No, the cosplay's doing great, and like you all know, there is a Lady Death cosplay. I do have some other books coming out. I'm trying to rebrand myself. I'm not a cosplayer. I'm a comic book model, because really I do more cosplays for books than I do because I choose to these days.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're a model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still have to make stuff, and I love it. I love being able to promote everybody's work. I love being able to show off what everybody does. And that's one of the things I love about being on this show, is that I get to talk to people. I get to find out, what did you do? What did you do? And I want to support us. I want to bring us up,
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Great.
That's awesome. So you guys need to check it out. Check out Unstable Frequencies. Cara, I actually have a review video that's coming up soon for Cara's Fire Bitch. Just been chipping away at it. Yes. Been chipping away at it.
On Indiegogo in demand as well. So
yes.
She took a DNA test and she is 100% that fire.
Nice. Well, everyone, check it out. And thanks for joining us tonight. Make sure to check out Cara's book. Billy, it's always a pleasure streaming with you.
Love you
Levins,
guys.
as always. Love you all so much. Everyone, have a great weekend. We'll see you all next week with some more streams.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye. Love you guys.
Do you think he means that?
I do.
I think he loves us. I think he really loves us.
Of course I do.
All of us equally, Nile. Equally.
Hey everyone. Thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you soon.